Hello, hello. Welcome back to a brand new episode where I share an incredible conversation I had with the one and only Heidi Bee. Heidi is a certified life coach, personal trainer, breathwork facilitator, as well as a dear friend and client. Heidi provides a one-stop shop to thrive in healing, health, and happiness. Heidi is a Chief Joy Officer and life coach at Joyfully Divorced, where her mission is to help humans reclaim their joy. Heidi believes that self-discovery fuels long-term recovery from any heartache, hurt, or holdup, blocking the truest you. Heidi is also the host of Cup of Joy, the podcast. We get into so many exciting topics in this episode, so let's get it started. Welcome to Kellyanne Cares, a one-of-a-kind show created to motivate, stimulate, educate, and inspire you, personally and professionally. Hi, I'm Kelly. I'm an entrepreneur, patient advocate, content creator, and author. You may know me from the Everything is Messy book, brand, and podcast. But what you may not know is how hard I had to work to get me to where I am today. Mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. And in this season, I'm more driven and extremely passionate about my purpose. To help you save the time, money, and energy it takes to be happier and get healthier with your mind, body, business, and life. Tune in every week to hear raw, unfiltered conversations from myself and my incredible guests as we discuss trending topics, share stories of resilience, and chat about all things health, wealth, healing, and wellness. Whether you're here to listen, learn, or laugh, I promise to bring awareness and add more value to your day. Take this time to relax and recharge. Listen, life is short. Invest in yourself. Be loud, be different, be you, and most importantly, enjoy the ride. Buckle up because today's podcast experience starts now. One more thing, sharing is caring. I would love your thoughts on today's episode. Head on over to Apple Podcasts to rate, review, and subscribe. I would truly appreciate it. Want to continue the conversation? Let's connect online. You can find me at kellyanngorman.com and all my social links are in the show notes. Now let's get into today's show. Now, we've talked a little bit about your Joy channel over on YouTube, and now I want to pivot into your podcast because your podcast has been around for a couple years now, and everybody's going to want to tune in to these new episodes coming out. So share a little bit about your show.
Oh, my soul. Yes, Cup of Joy, the podcast is what it's called. And it's been around, I think we're on episode 75. We're in the 70s now. It's been around for a while. And it goes every single Tuesday without fail. We took a hiatus a couple of months ago. Just again, I was going through this realignment process from my one type of coaching into this, but it really is a catch-all for everybody. Cup of Joy, the podcast is truly, truly about how to navigate life and normalize the things that a lot of people don't talk about. Mm-hmm. So I have guests from all different walks of life sharing their stories around everyday topics like confidence or creating your goals or creating space. We talk about becoming a digital nomad or taking a digital detox or anything that brings you healing, health, and happiness in your life. It's really an up-leveling of life, an inspiring series where people share their junk stories and how they shifted their junk to joy. Just so many experts and goodies from all around the globe and everyday women. So it's not just people that are experts in the field. I've interviewed past clients or friends of mine that just have some deep-rooted stories that touch your heart and allow you to dream big again. I think a lot of times we forget and we get on autopilot. And so it's like, how do I get out of autopilot and put things into full throttle in the direction of my desires? So we are rebooting. We're going to relaunch on March 22nd will be the series. And if you've been a former listener, thanks so much for tuning in. You won't be let down by the new content. And if you're a new listener, just buckle up. It is full of inspiring stories, and I'm so excited that we're bringing it back. There were a lot of people asking, where did it go? Where's the show? What's happening? And we were doing a lot of things on YouTube, but there's just been such an uproar of people who want it back that I'm like, yeah, this is the spot. Wherever people want the service, I'm showing up for. You know what I mean? So Cup of Joy, it's Cup of Joy, the podcast. There are other ones called Cup of Joy. So look for my face. It's bright pink. I'm licking an ice cream cone, and it's called Cup of Joy, the podcast. It's great.
I love your new branding so much. It literally just, I mean, everybody can hear it in your voice now, but when they see the picture, they're going to totally get it.
Yeah, going to love it. It's really fun too. Podcasting is one of my favorite things to do just because of the juicy conversations. I get my own personal growth every time I podcast with somebody. So it's going to be great.
It is amazing. And I honestly, in the beginning, when I started 5 years ago, that was not the plan. And throughout this whole career, podcasting, it's completely changed my life because you do get to connect with so many other people on such a different level. A lot of people don't feel comfortable on video, but audio, because they're not looking at someone, or be able, like, they're not afraid to share more of their story. So then you're getting real parts of them, where if it was like on a Facebook Live or something, they'd be so intimidated because people are like waiting for their next word. So I think that really elevates the experience.
Absolutely. And the other thing is too, I want to point out that even though we're going through the rebrand, which is Joyfully Divorced, the content is applicable to anyone who feels like they are seeking more joy in their life.
Mm-hmm.
To anyone who feels like they've lost their joy and they want to reclaim it. For anyone who feels like they have all these joy blocks from the wounds and the trauma that they've experienced in their life, and that comes in so many shapes and forms. I just wanted to follow my heart's desire, knowing that as a divorced woman, I didn't hear anybody talking about what I was going through and moving through. And so I want that specific niche to know that there's a spot and a space and a place where they can come and safely share with somebody who gets it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the purpose behind the rebrand. But Cup of Joy, the podcast, it's going to really sink in with anyone who is looking to just get a boost in the direction of joy for their life. Even if you're somebody who's feeling pretty solid in life, come to Cup of Joy, the podcast. It still is going to just give you that little quick hit of those healing, health, and happiness hacks.
Something that you mentioned earlier that I want to reiterate is that whether it's for your business or in your personal life, it's okay to take a break. It's okay not to know what the hell you want to do next. It's okay to, start a new fitness challenge or Thrive 55 on March 17th. Like, it doesn't have to be January 1st. I need a new word, a new year. I know, like, the world puts so much pressure on everybody that you have to do this, like, this specific way. Like, how many times, like, how many diet commercials come out? It's awful on TV for the new year, like, new body, like, why can't you start that in May? Like, just do what feels good in your gut. And especially in business, when it comes to a rebrand, you can't keep going. Like, you need to stop. And you need to figure out for yourself, just like investing in yourself in your personal life, like how you really want to move forward in your business to help more people. Because at the end of the day, we all have businesses for, specific reasons. But at the end of the day, it's to help people, whether it's in their personal life or their business. But we all need a break, and that's okay. Like, I feel like so many people are like afraid to just stop, especially if they're visible online. And we both are. And we're both completely honest online. Like, take a break. Like, you always have your quotes you post on Instagram, like specific days to do certain things. And you're doing that for a reason, to reiterate to your followers, like, it's okay to do this. Like, let's try this. Like, that's why with the passion that you guys can hear in her voice, like, she just wants you to know, like, everything's going to be okay. Like, there's so much going on in the world right now where everybody has enough pressure and enough stress. So when it comes to just yourself, like, take the time and listen to your gut or the feeling in your throat saying, like, okay, let's move in this direction. Let's take it slow. Like, let's just figure it out. Like, it's okay to just figure it out and honestly, like, not even know what the hell is coming next. It's okay.
Oh, 1,000%. And I think this is really important, that breaks are required for breakthroughs.
Oh, yeah.
That's why it's in the word. And if you don't allow that break, what the break does is it provides space. We need space in our bodies. If we are at max capacity with all the noise and all the chaos and all the hustle and all the things, then we become blocked. So the only way to break through is to take a break.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Now let's get into some new fun questions. What are you eating? What are you watching? What's happening? Are you still bouncing on the trampoline? Like, fill us in.
Oh my gosh.
I know you're meal delivery. You were doing the meal deliveries, right? Are you still on there? Or are you like actually creating meals now?
No, oh my gosh. I was doing HelloFresh for like 2.5 years, maybe even 3. I don't know, because I didn't like cooking, and part of it was because I just didn't like going and having to buy everything on the recipe. So HelloFresh is awesome. Little plug for them there. But then I realized that like I have 1,000 recipes. I would save all the recipe cards that came in through the mail, and they're not that hard to make.
Yeah.
And I've been traveling a lot. So I've been traveling a ton, and so I'm just now getting back into cooking again, but keeping it really simple. Going to get back to just cooking things from the recipe cards on my own. I'm really big into smoothies right now.
Me too.
My boyfriend just came back from an event, and he brought all this organic plant-based protein with him, and it's amazing. It has like 0 sugar. It's amazing. I love it. And so we're really big into fresh fruit smoothies and having one of those every single day. I started going to a gym called Orange Theory Fitness, which is insanity workouts, Kelly. Like,
that's like my row house.
I'm a certified personal trainer, but I know that I need to go somewhere where somebody else is kicking my butt.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really good at kicking other people's butts and doing breath work and coaching and all that stuff. Like, it's easier to do with someone else for someone else, but then when it comes to yourself, it's so much harder to do for yourself, even though you know it's good. So went to Orange Theory. We're working on just like, it's not about my body looking a certain way, but the way that I feel when I push the edges of my physical and emotional strength, which that place does. I just start my day off with so much energy and so much drive and so much passion. And when I don't feel the same. I just don't feel the same. So we're just working on all of that, and just what am I watching? Let's see. What am I watching? Oh, my soul. I don't even know. Oh,
wait, are you jumping? Are you still in your trampoline moment?
Oh my gosh, we just put the trampoline back up because in full transparency, it's been tucked away for the holiday season. Don't judge me. I know it's March, but we still have like getting the Christmas out and then spring in. So we just put it back up the other day. So yes, you'll be seeing all the bouncing. I have a mini trampoline, and it is, again, like, it's just a place where jump for joy.
Yeah.
Literally jumping for joy gets my energy moving, gets my in between coaching calls. I'm like bouncing on that thing to shift my energy and regroup for the next client. You know, taking inspiration breaks, bouncing around. So yeah, you'll be seeing more bouncing coming very soon. It's back up.
See, all these things make you such a great coach, though, because you're investing in so many excellent, I almost just said careers, activities, so that you could be a better person, which then allows you to be a better coach. So for those of you listening, if you're just like, I want to be a coach, like, you've got to work on yourself first to be the best that you can for others. Just FYI.
Oh, my soul. 1,000%. 1,000%. Your healing journey first, and then from that you decide what your place of service is. And there are so many places in this world, like, so far outside of the coaching industry. I think people get tripped up and go like, oh, the only thing I can do is this. And it's not. There's so many places that you can be of service from your soul if you just take that break and allow the breakthrough to shine through from your soul. The other thing that I do is I'm obsessed with walking.
I was going to say that, yes, because you're always on your stories walking and talking.
Walking and talking. I'm telling you what, if I sit stationary, I don't come up with very much. Once I get into motion,
same.
I'm like unstoppable. And so that's why you see me often talking on my stories when I'm walking, because that's when I get the most downloads. It's not just because I'm bored and I want somebody to talk to. It's like that's when I actually get the most messages. So just walking. But I make it a priority, Kelly. Like, this is so important. I know you do the same, is especially as an entrepreneur. But it can be for anybody. It's like working moms and dads, and not even moms and dads, just working in general. It can feel like a lot to put yourself as a top priority. But I decided a couple of years ago when I started my healing journey that I was truly going to take it to the next level, prioritizing myself. So I found a way. It wasn't didn't feel easy in the beginning, but I just got relentless with it. I found a way to end my day at 4:30. And I went to the beach because at the time I lived in California. And I went to the beach every day at 4:30 and I walked on the beach path. And when summer came, I was able to extend my work hours longer because there's more sunshine, right? But in the winter, it's like you got to get creative.
Mm-hmm.
So I do that now in Ohio, and I bundle up, I put the earmuffs on, I put the gloves on. There's no excuses because I feel better releasing at the end of the day. So I move my body in the morning, get it all revved up, recharged, ready to go, clarity, create space for everything that's going to flow all day. And then at the end of the day, 4:30, 5 o'clock every day, I am out on the sidewalk, walking the town, go into a park, whatever it is, wherever it is. I'll walk in the airport, honestly. Like if I'm in the airport, I won't just sit all day. I will walk all of the terminals. My boyfriend the other day was talking to me while we were both transiting from different places, and he's like, I dare you to walk from A terminal to E terminal, which was a really long way. I'm telling you, it like took me an hour to walk from one end to the other.
And you have obstacles.
Yeah, and I felt great. You're sitting the rest of the time on your flight, so
yeah, it's awful.
Get creative with your life and prioritize the beginning and the end of your day in every way possible.
I'm trying to do that as well. In the morning, I do the gym and the sauna. That's my latest obsession. And then I do my walk on the beach later for the sunset. So I'm up when it's dark out, going to the gym, doing my workout, or I just go to sweat in the sauna. Either one, depending on what I have time for. But there's also so many studies just recently that have come out with the benefits of just walking. Like even if it's just 5 minutes, how all these people are losing all this weight by literally just eating healthy and walking. What we were told when we were younger, not all these fads and crazy, just like eat healthy and go for a walk. Like that's all it takes,
Yes, and listen, you guys, I know there's going to be a lot of skeptics that are saying, well, you guys have more flexibility, blah, 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 blah. Yes, first of all, but secondly, if you choose to make that your belief, just give yourself 5 minutes. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Like just give yourself 5 minutes and literally walk around your block one time. That is my challenge to everyone listening. I want you to find a way because all of us have 5 minutes. All of us have 5 minutes. If you don't, we really need to work together because we got to create some serious space in your life.
Seriously.
But 5 minutes in the morning. So either you can even stay in your bed, stay lying down and do some breath work or some meditation for 5 minutes. Then get up and do 10 jumping jacks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, walk around your block one time or 5 minutes on your treadmill or 5 minutes walking in place while you're catching up on one of your favorite shows.
Mm-hmm.
There are leave no room for excuses.
Yeah.
Leave no room for not making yourself a priority. It's really important.
I remember all those articles in all the magazines many moons ago when you and I were both probably traveling at the same time. And they would show like, okay, if you're stuck in a hotel, like here's a great workout. Like, and it literally takes 5 minutes, but also like you have to want to do it. My best friend in Vegas has 3 kids, has a family, works her booty off, like 12-hour days sometimes. And guess what time we were at the gym when I was there? 4 a.m.
What is it?
It was 4 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
It was freezing. It was like desert tundra, but we were there, and her other friend that also has many kids was there, and they've made a commitment. So they go first thing. As you may or may not know, I am somebody that is obsessed with all things organization and productivity. And if it's going to save me time, money, and energy, I'm here for it. Head on over to kellyanngorman.com, click on the page Brand Deals. The link will be in the show notes, and check out all of my favorite brands. I'm talking coffee. I'm talking credit building. I'm talking saving money by scanning your receipts. All things podcasting, business, organization, delivery services, travel. I have a whole list for you. They're going to save you time, money, and energy. That is something I'm so passionate about. So I wanted to share that with you as well. And while you're there, don't forget to sign up for my weekly newsletter on kellyanngorman.com or over on my LinkedIn. Now let's get back into today's show. Literally first thing. And sometimes they're not even going to bed till like 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
So if they can do it, anybody can do it. But it's really up to you at the end of the day if you want to put yourself in a better position, which I would hope that you do. But going back to your smoothie situation, I want to tell you this because I'll forget. I just told my friend last night, I saw someone on TikTok making her smoothies with a Japanese sweet potato. And
What?
remember when everybody was on the avocado train, like frozen avocado makes it creamier? At first it was bananas, then it was avocado, and how it makes it like the Wendy's frosty texture.
I just had that yesterday. I put an avocado in there. I swear to George, that thing tasted like a Wendy's smoothie because I did the chocolate protein powder. Oh,
Okay, so now we're going to have to do it. We're both going to have to do it at the same time so we can be like, oh my God, this girl isn't kidding. And I'll tag her. I saved her video. She steamed the Japanese sweet potato and then she freezes them. So I freeze the avocado and banana. So same situation, but it makes it 10 times thicker. There's something about this Japanese sweet potato that makes it thicker and creamier than the avocado.
What makes a Japanese sweet potato different than a sweet potato? Like, can I find this in a regular store? Or do I have to go to like Sprouts, Whole Foods?
I don't know. Yesterday I just got a regular one because I couldn't find the Japanese, and I was at a market by my house. It's like $20 for like one thing of strawberry. So I was surprised I didn't have my Japanese sweet potato. I just got a regular one, so I'm going to try it with that. But I'm like, oh my God, it's all about that texture. Because then you're like, I'm literally eating dessert, but this is the healthiest thing for me to ever have right now. Like, I love meals like that.
I love sweet potatoes in every freaking
Me too.
shape and form.
They're so healing though, too.
First, you peel the sweet potato first.
Yeah. I'll send you the video. Yeah. I'll put a link to it in the show notes here. So you guys listening, you can go check it out too. And I'll make sure I have her on the show.
For sure. That's amazing. Well, I wanted to tell you one more thing about movement in the morning. I totally forgot about this, but a million years ago when I was a personal trainer just starting out, the number one thing my client said is I don't have time. And so again, I pulled the BS card. No way. That's not true. Like you got 10 minutes. So I created all of these routines called Take 10 Mornings, like Take 10s. And they were routines around with a resistance band, which again, there's a section, I think it's video number 2 on the Joy channel. It's called The Vault. If you guys go into YouTube and you click on The Vault, there are tons of resistance band videos, strength training videos on there from me, as well as breathwork videos, which we haven't talked about yet, but breathwork is just a beautiful practice to add in for stress, anxiety, overwhelm, just finding peace within your body. But so there's Take 10 Mornings, which just take 10 minutes, but there's also on the Joy channel, you'll see 15-minute mornings. And the 15-minute morning is super cool because what it does is it uses a system of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That adds up to 15 minutes. So I take you through a process where you do 5 minutes of meditation or breath work, 4 minutes of movement, 3 minutes. It's basically Mermaid Mornings condensed into 15 minutes using 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 minute process. So
oh my God, really I love that.
It's really crafty. It's easy to remember. And for anybody who's interested in upping your cardio and you want to maybe start integrating running into your life again, I had to stop running all my half marathons. I ran like 30 half marathons in my 20s, and my knees don't love it so much anymore, which is why I'm obsessed with walking. But I recently started getting back into a little bit of jogging, a little bit of running. The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 process also works to start running training. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to run for 1 minute, 60 seconds, then walk for 1 minute. Then run for 2 minutes, then walk for 2 minutes. And you go 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. And it really, really helps with running training. So it can be used for a lot of different things. You can go check it out on the Joy channel.
I didn't even know that you had that there. I love that. And I have a band, which I never ever use here, which I stare at every day because I have my routine now. So that's not part of it. But now I'm like, ooh, I want to reincorporate that. I'm so excited to watch that.
Oh my gosh. Yes. And something to encourage you to use that band. Again, it's all about intention, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would encourage you to start small with maybe even 2 minutes. You'll be surprised at how fast it goes. And what you're going to want to do is just get that band out and put your phone timer on 2 minutes, all right? And I want you to just do 30 seconds of bicep curls. Stand on the band with both feet. Do 30 seconds of bicep curls. Then do 30 seconds of shoulder presses. So take that band and just go above your shoulders, right? And then you're going to do 30 seconds of front and side raises. So raise it to the front, raise it to the side, raise it to the front, raise it to the side. And then the last one is you wrap the band around your hands and you pull it out as a chest pull. And you just pull it away for 30 seconds. That's 2 minutes of arm upper body strength, right? 2 minutes, and add it to your morning routine. You'll be surprised at how quickly your upper body shifts just by doing 2 minutes a day, right? And then go into the vault and get 15-minute mornings. And then get, 55-minute mermaid mornings. So there's just a plethora of ways you can support your body and your being right there for free, totally free.
I'm so excited to try that because I was rowing for so many months, as you know, and I missed that arm workout.
Oh, so good for your body. Yeah. Especially those resistance bands. It's literally one of my favorite things. I put it in my travel gear everywhere I go. Because you can do that in the airport too.
Oh, absolutely.
So all you travel bugs, get that band out, walk your terminals, and do some bicep curls in the airport.
If you guys are in a commercial airport and you see somebody with blonde hair, curled perfectly, doing her biceps, walking around saying hi to everybody, you've now met Heidi.
I want you to come up and say hello to me. I always travel with 2 bands, so I'll give you one. You can
Oh my God, I love you. Do you want to talk about breath work really quick? Because a lot of people, I haven't had anybody really talk about breath work this year. And I know that you're certified as a breathwork facilitator. I'm interrupting today's episode really quickly to remind you how much reviews mean to us podcasters. They honestly help us create more of the content that you love and bring on more of the guests that you want to hear from. So after listening today, head on over to Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and your favorite podcast app and leave a review for the brand new show, Kellyanne Cares. I would truly appreciate it. And if you want to continue the conversation, head on over to the brand new community on TikTok. You can find me at Kellyanne Gorman Official. Now let's get back into today's show.
Yes. I got certified as a breathwork facilitator last year because, again, it's kind of the way I describe breathwork is I used to do running. I used to run because it gave me that what people refer to as the runner's high, right? When you get a really good, like you're breathing and you're moving, it's all the things. Well, not everybody wants to just get up and put their gear on and go for a fast sprint to activate that breath within their body and to shift the emotional state that you're feeling. So many of us are charged with stress, anxiety, overwhelm. It's like the number one pain of the world right now, right? And all that stress, pain, and anxiety, all that energy just makes our world a really strained space to live in with each other. So we all need to do our part to self-regulate our systems. And there's this really incredible nerve that runs the length of our bodies. It's called the vagus nerve. And when we do breath work, it activates the vagus nerve and lets it know that we're okay, that we're safe, that we can calm down, that we can come to this space of peace and return to the version of ourselves that we're meant to be. So in essence, it's a series of patterned breath patterns that allow your body to move into the state that you need it to move into. So you can use breath work to energize yourself. You can use breath work to release tension in all different areas of your body, emotionally and physically. You can use it to just basically change your state. So breath work can be done for a couple of seconds, a couple of minutes, or if you do a one-to-one breathwork session with me, we go for 30 to 60 minutes. And this is where a lot of people release their traumas and their wounds. It's a very, very deep healing process. So yeah, you can check out the shorter breathwork on the Joy channel under the vault. It's all there. And then also I did a 9 series breath works that you can do based on the intention that you want. So there's one on cultivating safety, or, you know, getting energy, or whatever it is that you feel, igniting your joy. And they're all about 10 minutes long right there on the Joy channel. So check them out, serve your body in that way, and you'd be surprised at how much just changing your breath can help you change your life.
It's so true. And I'm glad that you mentioned different versions, because it's kind of like when you're searching for a podcast, what you want to hear. When you want to heal yourself and figure out which breath work works best for you, you can search, because there's all different ways. I'm into different hertz levels for my sound baths and my sound healing. I listen to a different hertz depending on how I want to heal or what I'm trying to heal. And the same thing works for breath work. And I'm glad that you mentioned that, because not a lot of people realize that. They think it's just like a one-off thing, and it's not. It's totally different.
Yeah, and even within that, I practice a type of breath work that has several different styles. So there's an integrative one, which is a little bit gentler, and a meditative one, which the intention is to go pretty deep within the body. So based on what your body needs, we can customize sessions to make sure that you get the most out of your experience. And it's pretty cool too. I added breathwork to my portfolio because I found that it really helped my clients be in a space where they could talk about the difficult things in their life without re-traumatizing themselves. Because if you go into a coaching session and your body is not in a space where it's ready to share, kind of like we talked about in the beginning of this podcast of me transitioning from one brand to another, your body knows, and you can actually re-traumatize yourself. So I love to use breathwork in my coaching sessions when my clients feel safe to do so. And also, if you work with me doing breathwork, the cool thing is a lot of things usually come up and out when you're breathing emotionally. And so after a breathwork session, you can always squeak in a little bit of coaching to talk about what you've really moved through, and make sure that you're in a space to continue moving through life in a way that feels good for you.
Heidi, you are my Chief Joy Officer. Thank you so much for sharing everything that you've gone through, what you have coming up. Thank you for your time. I know you're so busy. And you guys, please go follow Heidi. All of her links will be in the show notes. And what's up for the rest of the day?
Oh, man. Well, I'm over here on the East Coast, so we're wrapping up the day. It is end of the day here, so it's time to go for
Time to walk.
The sun just popped up, and you better believe the sneakers are going to be on in about 10 minutes, and you guys will see me talking on the gram. So thank you so much for having me, Kelly. This was such a joy.
And thank you for putting so much more joy into our world, because we definitely need it. And you guys, we will talk to you again soon. Thanks so much for tuning in to Kellyanne Cares, a one-of-a-kind show created to motivate, stimulate, educate, and inspire you. And I hope that happened for you today. As I mentioned in the intro, I would love your feedback on today's episode. Head to Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or your favorite podcast app to leave a review for the show. I would truly appreciate it. For more information on myself, the show, my book, and the programs, products, and services I've created, visit kellyanngorman.com. While you're there, be sure to sign up for my weekly newsletter, join the podcast community, and check out the brands I'm currently loving. Let's continue today's conversation. You can connect with me on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Kellyanne Gorman Official. All my other social handles will be available for you in the show notes. If you have a product, brand, story, or service you would like to share on the show, send me a message on kellyanngorman.com today. As always, thanks for listening, sharing, and reviewing. I wouldn't be here without you, and I'm so grateful I get to do what I love each and every day. Wishing you a happy, healthy, positive, and productive day, and I'll talk to you again soon.